Welcome to the Brothers Truck Parts Workshop.
We're going to be installing a brand new dash pad in this almost 40-year-old truck. And the reason being that over the years they start to crack and they get really nasty.
This is something we get called about at the shop all the time. How do I change a dash pad on my square body? So basically what we're going to do today, walk everyone step by step through the process. And all we need is simple tools. And I'd set aside probably an hour to an hour and a half for this project.
All right, so this truck is equipped with an aftermarket radio. It's a Sony. And it's going to have to be removed so I can pull the dash panel completely out. And basically you want to start off with removing the trim. And then look on both sides of the radio. Usually you'll see a little dial, or in our case, we've got little spring-loaded locks in place. And you just unlock them with the flathead on either side. And you can go ahead and pull the radio out of its sleeve. Disconnect the harness and the antenna and put it away.
And I'm doing nothing more than just taking nuts and bolts out across the bottom of the dash. I know Sam's over here dropping the steering column, so we got the clearance to move the panel out when he gets that loose. A lot of people at home are probably going to be dealing with the same thing we are. Absolutely. If not, you just take the knobs off, take the nuts off behind the knobs if you still have a stock radio. So now that you have the bezel off, and I've got the screws out of this side, I think we can just go ahead and lift this up. Now there's a series of clips along the dash there, so we're basically just going to pull them straight off. Very similar to like what you'd find in an old Camaro. All right.
All right, guys, as you can see, we've done some pre-assembly on our dash pad before we installed it in the truck, and you saw me earlier replace that speaker on top of the dash because I had great access to it, and it was completely dismantled. So it's going to sound good with a new speaker. And we're going to show you how to put one of these retaining clips in that hold the dashboard in place. I've got all the other ones in, but don't be afraid to modify things as you work on them. There's always going to be a little bit of that going on whenever you install aftermarket parts. This thing's got a little tab right there. We bend it out, and then it's got a little area where it goes in onto the dashboard. You put it into that hole, and then I could take a little hammer and tap it just a little bit, just like that. That puts me right here in this slot.
Clicks right in place, just right in this little recess.
Yep.
And then some of the other stuff, like Sam mentioned, don't be afraid to, get out your razor blade if necessary, trim back. Some of this urethane gets thick in spots, and it might hold you up from putting in your clips or even some of your speed nuts back here. So what we did is we took a razor blade and kind of cleaned this up, gave a little extra room for us to work with. And then also, before we put it in, we went ahead and chased all our holes across the bottom with a drill just to make sure they're open. We don't have any material, because these are wrapped with material, we don't have any material hanging in our way when we go to stick it in the truck. And as you can see, it's looking pretty sharp right now, and we're about ready to go stick that thing in, right?
Let's do it.
All right.
All right, we're going to go ahead and install our dash pad. We got our clips in place, and we lubed them up just a little bit to make it easier to slide in.
There we go.
See? That was nice and easy.
Yep. But this is on, it's nice, it's in place, and now we just got to put our set screws in. You need to put your dash bezel back on.
Next week, guys, tune in, and we're going to show you how to complete this project by rebuilding the instrument panel as well.